Well, let's go ahead and get started with him walking in, right? You want to get? Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and start. I'd like to call the Superstition Vistas Community Facility District Number 2 special meeting of December 2nd, 2025 to order and ask everyone to put their cell phones on silence. Roll call.
Chairperson Wilson.
Here.
Vice Chairperson Schroeder.
Present.
Board Member Cross.
Here.
Board Member Heck.
Here.
Board Member Johnson.
Here.
Board Member Nesser.
Present.
Board Member Seller.
Here.
You have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Agenda, consideration approval of minutes of a special meeting of October 21, 2025. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I move that the minutes of the October 21, 2025 special meeting be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Board Member Seller.
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Schroeder.
Yes.
Board Member Nesser.
Yes.
Board Member Cross.
Yes.
Board Member Heck.
Yes.
Board Member Johnson.
Yes.
Chairperson Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay. So who wants to get out and do the dance?
And look,
Oh, there he
who's
is.
here.
Just
Perfect timing.
no sit down.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Public hearings on the feasibility
dancing.
report for
they started
Superstition
back.
Vistas Community Facility District Number 2. Zach.
Good evening, Board. Try to be efficient. So this evening, if the Board permits, I'll just kind of hit all three of the agenda items
Okay.
in a row. So tonight, we're here to chat about Superstition Vistas CFD number 2, General Obligation Bond Series 2025. And so again, there's kind of two steps. First one is a public hearing regarding the feasibility for the project. So what these bonds are proposed to finance are you recall when Apache Junction annexed the land, formed the two CFDs, there was the backbone infrastructure, including major sewer improvements that will serve the build-out of the entire area. So this project are along the Meridian Road alignment, large sewer improvements. So that's what the bonds are intended to pay for. General obligation bonds, again, are a property tax source of repayment and intended to broadly benefit all residents within the district. So these sewer improvements, the district engineer has determined provide a broad and general benefit to all residents. The not-to-exceed amount is $2.5 million. The developer spent much more than that on the project, so this is only going to reimburse a portion of this project, so we'll probably see this project again in future requests for financing. The not-to-exceed interest rate would be 8%. Again, that is a parameter. It's a high level. We expect the bonds to actually have a much lower interest rate when they're offered. The one question that does come up from residents on this type of bond is, can they prepay it? And we chatted about this with CFD number 1. General obligation bonds, the property taxes are levied each year, and homeowners are not able to prepay, their amount. It's levied over time, and the bonds are paid typically, over a 20 to 25-year repayment period. Let's see, what else? So we'll do the public hearing. All the land right now is there are residents out there, but the majority of it's owned by the developer, or in this case, Brookfield sells lots to different home builders. So many of the lots are still owned by home builders out there and not by individuals. The only other item that I would highlight is we're approving that second part. The resolution will approve all the necessary bond documents as well. So agreement to engage a bond registrar that will track payments to bond investors, continuing disclosure obligations of the district, which the staff does a great job of, and otherwise, we're able to obtain very advantageous interest rates by complying with different federal tax laws, so agreeing to do all those things as well. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Yes.
So Zach, I'm just curious about the feasibility part of this report. Is it feasibility about whether it can be funded with what we are going to be getting? Or is it feasibility whether you can even get all the work done because it's such major improvements or whatever? What is that? Where's the feasibility fit into that?
Sure, Chairman, Board, bond attorneys are not creative people generally, and the statute says a feasibility report needs to be prepared for each project that is proposed for CFD financing. And so, well, it says a report. And so typically, it's not necessarily, there could be a type of financing that we will not do, but it's, okay, this will work because we expect this many sewer hookups and everything else, right? These are not repaid from any sort of sewer revenues through the sewer district. So in this case, we're looking at, okay, it's really, is the project done? Is it real? And one of the things you remember that from the very beginning, sort of the rules of the road were the city of Apache Junction or this district takes no construction risk. The developers have to build it all out, and it has to be done for it to be eligible for CFD financing. So that, for example, is one part of feasibility. Is this a project that's eligible at the board's determination? And so we get the district engineer to sign off, we get the developer's engineer to say, yep, we're done, and we go through that process. And then the next process is, okay, the project is eligible. How are we potentially going to pay to acquire that infrastructure? And so it's, that I suppose you could say is the feasibility of, do we have, is the assessed valuation within the district sufficient to sell, a certain amount of bonds and repay them over time with property tax collections, with the expectation that the assessed valuation will continue to grow as more homes and development come onto the tax rolls. So in this case, it's called a feasibility report generally because bond attorneys are not creative. But there is a report required in Title 48, 715 for each report. So every time we come to this board with a request for bond financing, the developer has helped us fill in this feasibility report of, okay, here's the project, and then with the district's other outside advisors and its municipal advisor, fill in, here's the proposed tax rates or assessment rates, here's the amount of bonds that can be sold and reasonably repaid, staying within the confines of not imposing too large of a tax burden on residents, not creating potential shortfalls, things of that nature. Was that?
Yeah, I think that. So in other words, the U.S., or I guess the attorney representing the developer, you guys determine, I guess, with their financing, whether all this can be done with what we'll be assuming we'll be receiving. Then you go ahead and say it's a go.
Well, we present the information, and this board conducts a public hearing, and ultimately, you all approve the feasibility
Right,
in the project. But staff, staff would not bring something to the extent.
Okay, that's where I guess I'm heading. Okay.
And just a point of clarification, in this case, Mr. Sakis represents the district's interests. So he does not represent the developer.
Yeah, in all cases, I'm
Right.
the district's lawyer. I'm not representing the developer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, good. Okay.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Nope. Okay. Well, number 2, there's no motion or no, I have to open it up to the public for a hearing. Does anyone want to speak on this matter? And I see no movement. Any more discussion from the board? No. Well, I'll now close the hearing. There's no motion on this one, but the presentation and discussion, consideration of resolution number SVCFD2 2025-008. Any more discussion from the board? Okay, do I have a motion for this?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I move that resolution number SVC FD2 2025-008, a resolution of the Board of Directors of the Superstition Vistas Community Facilities District Number 2, approving the prior giving of notice of a public hearing with respect to a feasibility report relating to the acquisition and financing of certain improvements benefiting the Superstition Vistas Community Facilities District Number 2, approving the feasibility report, authorizing the issuance of the district's general obligation bonds, Series 2025, approving the form and authorizing the execution and delivery of various documents related thereto, ratifying and approving a preliminary official statement, and approving a preliminary official statement and approving a final official statement relating to the bonds, levying an ad valorem tax on taxable property in the district, awarding the bonds to the purchaser thereof, appointing a bond registrar, transfer agent for the bonds, and authorizing taking other actions securing the payment of and relating to the bonds be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, roll call.
Board Member Nesser,
Yes.
Board Member Johnson,
Yes.
Board Member Cross,
Yes.
Board Member Heck,
Yes.
Board Member Suller,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Schroeder,
Yes.
Mayor Wilson.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. And I see there's no district manager's report, there's no district director's report, and there's no district treasurer's report. So I will adjourn. Thanks, Zach, for making it.
Mr. Mayor, we're going upstairs, correct?
Yes.